Welcome to Premier League Career. Today we dive into the fascinating journey of Arsenal under Mikel Arteta. How did a club at its lowest point transform into a strong contender in just a few years? From crushing defeats to incredible comebacks, Arteta's leadership has brought a new era to the Gunners. What were the key changes he made? How did he overcome the challenges? And what does the future hold for Arsenal? But before we jump into that, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. In December 2019, Mikel Arteta rejoined Arsenal when the club was at its lowest point since before the Premier League began. Fast forward to today, and the club is in its strongest position in 2 decades. But the journey wasn't smooth or easy. At one point, if you had asked most Arsenal fans if they wanted the Spaniard to leave, the answer would have been a loud yes. From embarrassing losses to Man City to more embarrassing losses to Man City, fans had to endure it all. However, now it looks like they're finally out the other side. This is the incredible story of Mikel Arteta's Arsenal rebuild. The state of Arsenal when Arteta took over. Before diving into Arteta's impact, it's important to understand the state of Arsenal when he took over. After 22 years at the club, Arsene Wenger left in 2018, and Unai Emery replaced him. Emery had a decent first season but faltered in the Premier League and Europa League final, costing the team Champions League football for the 3rd season in a row. In the summer of 2019, Arsenal spent big, most notably on a £72 million deal for Nicolas Pepe, who had just had an incredible season for Lille, scoring 22 times and assisting 11 more. However, this signing highlighted what went wrong under Emery's poor squad planning. With the departures of Walcott, Sanchez, Chamberlain, and even Iwobi in recent seasons, Arsenal had a severe lack of depth in wide areas, both up front and at the back. Unai Emery's struggles. Emery rose to success as a counter-attacking manager using the wings effectively, but at Arsenal, the expectation was to dominate possession. This made Emery's job much harder. Possession-based football takes a long time to implement, not just for players, but also for the manager. Back in 2019, Arsenal had neither the squad nor the staff to play this style. In games, Granit Xhaka was often the deepest midfielder, forced to sit behind the ball as it moved up the pitch. However, this wasn't his game. Xhaka couldn't act as a Busquets-like hub for building up play, and wasn't good enough defensively to cover the deepest role in midfield. This meant that if the ball was turned over, there was essentially no cover in front of the defense to stop counterattacks. Defensive woes and squad issues. The entire defensive unit was subpar, with various error-prone players leading to Arsenal conceding goal after goal. A lack of width up top made it harder for them to score. Opposing defenses could stay compact, and Mesut Ozil was the only player capable of unlocking defenses with his passes. However, due to his lack of defensive work and off-field issues, Emery rarely selected him. Arsenal's poor squad struggled both to attack and defend, creating a toxic dressing room atmosphere. This was never more evident than in a 2-2 draw against Crystal Palace in October 2019. Arsenal went 2-0 up and saw a last-minute winner disallowed by VAR, highlighting their defensive frailties and lack of attacking width. Emery's departure and Arteta's arrival. Unsurprisingly, Emery was sacked a few weeks later with the team down in 10th place. Mikel Arteta took over on December 20, 2019. Arsenal were in free fall, conceding goals and struggling to score. Before instilling his ideal style of play, Arteta's initial job was to make Arsenal more compact, often using a 5-at-the-back system against stronger teams and bringing Alexandre Lacazette back into the side, pushing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to the wing. The first phase of Arteta's rebuild. Despite a rocky start, Arteta made progress, with Arsenal winning 3 consecutive league games by March. However, a worldwide lockdown halted football, and after an embarrassing loss to Man City followed by another to Brighton, Arsenal found their stride again. They finished 8th but had an impressive run to the FA Cup final, where they faced Chelsea. FA Cup victory and European qualification. Arsenal beat Chelsea in the FA Cup final, qualifying for Europe and allowing for a net spend of around £50 million in the summer. They brought in Cedric Soares and Willian for depth, but more notably Gabriel Magalhaes and Thomas Partey, who allowed Arteta to begin transforming the team into a possession-dominant side. Partey covered large spaces better than Xhaka and acted as a hub in build-up play, while Gabriel was more confident on the ball. Struggles and progress in Arteta's second season. Despite a poor start to the season, with Arsenal down in 15th after 14 games, Arteta's side showed resilience. Emile Smith-Rowe was given a chance and played a huge role in a 3-1 win against Chelsea, sparking a fantastic second half of the season. Arsenal rose to 8th in the table but missed out on European football for the first time since 1996, laying the foundations for success. Although missing out on Europe was seen as a massive underachievement, Arteta laid the foundation for a season of development. He offloaded over £1 million a week in wages, freeing up room for significant summer spending. More importantly, he began building a team capable of playing a competent positional play style. Key summer signings. In the following summer, Arteta took significant steps in creating a squad that could play his way. Nuno Tavares, Sambi Lokonga, and Ben White joined the team. However, after an opening day loss to newly promoted Brentford and subsequent defeats to Chelsea and Man City, the Arteta out slogans were everywhere. Despite this, the board backed Arteta, and the club made crucial signings in August. Martin Odegaard joined permanently, and Aaron Ramsdale and Takehiro Tomiyasu were signed, significantly improving the squad's depth and versatility. Tactical evolution. These signings allowed Arteta to play a more attacking and possession-dominant style. Arsenal initially lined up in a 4-2, 3-1 but often shifted to a 3-2-5 shape in possession. Odegaard pushed up, Lacazette acted as a false 9, and Saka and Martinelli provided width. Xhaka's role evolved, pushing higher up the pitch, and Thomas Partey became the sole defensive midfielder, climbing the table. After a rocky start, Arsenal climbed to 4th with 2 games remaining, only to finish 5th after a mix of injuries and mistakes. Despite this, Arteta had laid the groundwork for a successful future, offloading high-wage players and building a team that could compete against the best. The 2022-2023 season. In the summer of 2022, Arsenal made key signings including Gabriel Jesus and Oleksandr Zinchenko. William Saliba returned from loan, significantly strengthening the defense. Arteta shifted Ben White to right back, with Zinchenko pushing up in midfield, allowing Xhaka to play further forward. Arsenal often lined up in a 3-2-5 shape, with Saka and Martinelli providing width. Strong start and title challenge. Arsenal won 12 of their first 14 games, going 5 points clear before the World Cup break. They continued this form with 2 more wins but faced a tough spell against Newcastle, Spurs, and Man United. Despite a rocky patch of 3 games without a win, they bounced back with a crucial victory against Aston Villa, sparking a 7-game winning streak. The title race and final hurdles. However, injuries took their toll, and Arsenal drew against Liverpool and West Ham before a 3-3 draw against Southampton. This put the title in Man City's hands. A 4-1 loss to City and defeats to Brighton and Nottingham Forest sealed their fate. Despite falling short, Arsenal's season was a significant achievement, given their injury struggles and lack of squad depth. Looking ahead. This summer, Arsenal have already announced Kai Havertz, with deals for Jurrien Timber and Declan Rice almost done. With these additions, Arsenal aim to go one step further and challenge for the Premier League title. Given Arteta's track record of learning from setbacks and improving the squad, don't be surprised if Arsenal end City's dominance and lift the Premier League trophy. And that's the incredible story of how Mikel Arteta rebuilt Arsenal. From the club's lowest point to becoming strong contenders, Arteta's journey has been remarkable. With smart signings, tactical evolution, and overcoming countless challenges, he has laid a solid foundation for the future. Arsenal fans have every reason to be excited about the upcoming seasons, as the club looks poised to challenge for the Premier League title. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Premier League Career for more fascinating football stories. Thank you for watching.